Today, Noel and I talk about what it was like to move to Tampa and find brand new friend groups, what it meant to find groups that were aligned with my culture and my political beliefs or my humanitarian beliefs. And we talk about fate and whether or not we have the ability to fight fate. There's a lot of good questions that we talk about in here, and I hope that you'll enjoy the conversation. I've been having a hard time getting back to the gym, so I started doing laps as of today in the pool, and it's been amazing.
That's good. Do
Yeah.
you like it?
I do. When I was in college, I was like super overweight and running was hurting my knees a lot. So then
Uh,
I went into the like Olympic sized gym at my college and it was so embarrassing because I actually don't know how to swim and all of the windows on the first and second floor surround the pool. So I was like flailing along in the pool, like just working out every day. But I lost so much weight from it in college. I figure I'll revisit that method.
so you learned how to swim since then?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't really know how to swim properly, but I know how to get from one side to the other and back, and so I'll
You
YouTube.
swim in the deep and not drown?
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
at
think anyone
minimum.
knows how to like swim, like professionally.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm the same. I can just go in the deep and just not drown, I guess. That's as far as it goes. So
that's what I say. I say I know how to swim to like save my own life, but I can't save anybody else's. Like,
I'm not saving anyone's life, dude. They're just gonna drown. I'll feel bad for them. I tried actually swimming one time. It's just like wasn't for me, but I hear like it's like actually the best. Like I get exhausted really quick, or
uh-huh.
at least maybe I just need to build it up. I just didn't have patience for it. But I hear like it's like one of the best sports that you can have because you move every single muscle in your body, like compared to any other sport.
Yeah, and it's, it's not impactful on the like knees like running is and stuff like that. So it's just honestly the best. And you don't even feel yourself sweating because you're in the water, so it's like refreshing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I was proud of myself today. I did that.
Good. That's fun. Is it today first day?
Yeah, today was the first day. I did it in the morning, and then I'm also reading this book for a local book club that I'm in, um,
Uh-huh.
called The Beauty of Your Face by Sahar Mustafa. I like it a lot. So I did that this morning. I just did laps and then read like 40 pages of the book. And the book is really cool because I have not read a book yet by an Arab that wasn't a play, by an Arab that is from the perspective of like growing up Arab American woman. Really cool. Like even the other book we just read, Frankenstein in Baghdad, like there was one female character, okay, there was a few, but they were either like an old woman who supported like a young man's story, or she was like a questionable whore. And you know what I mean? But that was it. And so anyway, so this is really cool because so far every character that matters is a woman and like she has exactly the same problems like I had growing up or my sister had, like the culture and the counterculture being American or too American or not American enough. And so I'm really excited to read this book and give you my feedback on it.
That's cool. What's her name again?
Sahar Mustafa.
How to Mus
Yeah, it's a New York Times, I guess, bestseller. 100 Notable Books of 2020. And the beauty of your face. And so far in the story, it's a like the principal of a Muslim school for girls. This is like in the opening, so I'm not really giving away any spoilers, but she like is going over how she's so excited that the girls now are like so into politics and social justice and they all are like have their mind on careers and law and medicine and that was much different than like how she was brought up and what she was supposed to think about when she was their age. So she's like thinking about that. And then it hints at like a school shooting is happening and then it goes back in time to her childhood and her sister goes missing in the 70s. In 76. So her sister goes missing and now they're navigating that because that's when they first moved to America, her older sister. So anyway, so it's I'm finding I don't like I said when I actually I didn't say this to you yet, but like I had no idea what the book was even about. But when the book club says read the book, I just read the book. And so I'm like, oh shit, this is actually really about a lot of like intersecting issues in America.
hmm Is it an autobiography? I was looking it up. I'm not
I
sure.
actually don't know. I'm sure some of the stuff is like based off of her own. Yeah.
She's a Palestinian writer?
She's the daughter of Palestinian immigrants. Her short story
Mhm.
collection, Code of the West, won the 2016 Willow Books Prize for fiction. She lives and teaches high school students outside of Chicago. I have a feeling like it's fiction, but it's really like from experiences of her and her family.
Well, there's no really fiction. You always have like even Harry Potter, one of like the greatest, I guess, kids book that ever written. If you hear how she came up with everything, it was an inspiration of something related to somewhere in her childhood, like either the train station, the coffee shop. The name of the characters were like a neighbor, or it's not the actual name, but it's like a play on the name, or the character is like a character of like a neighbor, what they look like. It's not it's gonna come out of nowhere. It always starts somewhere. So
Yeah, that's
I
valid.
thought that was pretty cool.
It is, and I
Yeah.
also like her, like, writing style. It's so descriptive and poetic. I think I'm not used to reading a lot of women authors unless like, I've just been reading a lot of self-help books, as you know, so the description she puts in, like, I remember distinctly one of the things she said was, it was like floating dust particles that are galaxies, like mini galaxies floating above her head. And it was like she didn't even say dust particles, but I knew she was talking about the dust particles because she called them mini galaxies like floating through the light. And I was like, what this is so beautiful.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say cheesy. Okay.
No, no.
You like
Okay,
it.
pardon me.
Okay.
Do you think it's cheesy?
No, I don't know. I just wasn't sure where your it's like your facial expression was giving like the fuck is that? Like it's kind of
Yeah.
cheesy, but you're like, oh no, it's actually really beautiful. Okay.
It was. The facial expression was at me trying to like give justice to the beauty and I was butchering it. And I was like, this is
Okay.
not right. Go read Safada's words because she did it beautifully.
Yep, yep. No, that's good. Okay, well, I guess we'll hear more about it.
Yeah, inshallah. What's up with you? What's going on?
What's going on with me? I have a question for you.
Okay.
When you moved to Tampa,
hmm
how do you even make friends as an adult? Where do you even start?
That's a great question. In general, I started looking for book clubs or comedy clubs, things that were of my interests. But then the genocide hit right when I moved to Tampa. So I really wanted to be around Arab. So the route I went was going through an organization called Arab Socials on WhatsApp. And there was like all the like Arab Socials New Jersey, Arab Socials New York, Arab Socials Florida, and then Tampa, and then South Florida. Anyway, I joined like a bunch of those groups and then from there made friends out of like the hangouts that we would do in around Tampa. And so for me it was that, and then slowly but surely Arab Socials kind of merged into something else called Habibi Hubs because of whatever stuff that I'm not going to talk about now. But so now it's Habibi Hubs that I'm in. But depending on the state you're in, you can either join Arab Socials or Habibi Hubs or both and find like-minded community that give a shit about what we give a shit about.
And it's who runs it? How does that even work? Like, is it just like Arab Social Tampa and like someone just woke up one day, we need to have an Arab Social Tampa, and I'm just gonna create a WhatsApp group and like all Arabs join? Like what?
I'm not really sure the backstory, but there's this girl, Lena, who started Arab socials years ago, I think for the need to have a place where Arabs can find, again, like-minded Arabs to hang out with. And I think once the genocide started, it kind of blew up because, like me,
Wanted community.
yeah, we all wanted community, and so it blew up a little bit. And then there was some behind the scenes drama about how it was being run or something, and that's like kind of what birthed Habibi Hubs in Florida. So Habibi Hubs is run by my friends Shadi and Juliana, and I think they already have chapters in other states and stuff, but I'm happy it gives more variety for people to go to. But Arab Socials was the one that got me in, and now Habibi Hubs is the one that I gather with the most. But I think it's exactly what we said. People just wanted to find other Arabs that you could hang out with. And depending on how we grew up or where we grew up, it's a small town and you're kind of sick of the people that you know. But if you join this group, then you can connect across different interests, regions, and you can start to see from the group chats, like the mindset of people.
So you join the group chat and then you start. So it's one group chat. There's like what? Let's say Tampa. How many is in that group chat?
Oh my
300?
God. Actually, so for the Habibi hubs, I don't know. I can actually check right now. For yeah, if there's like Habibi Hubs in North Florida, and let's just take Tampa as an example. How do I see how many people are in here? 130 members.
There's
Just in
430 people. What do they do there? They just talk, or they just send like, "Hey, we want to go to this place this Saturday. Who wants to join
That's a
or
great
meet us
question.
there?"
So what each group will do, Habibi Hubs and Arab Socials function similarly. There's admins in the group, and then these volunteer admins, as I understand it, they will figure out, like they'll poll the group and be like, where does everybody want to go on Saturday for, let's say during Ramadan, for example, there was a lot of like Eid, not Eid, Ramadan dinners that we would do together, and iftars. So we would schedule, they'll poll people, see which days people are free, and then they'll be like, for example, there's an event. It's Tampa, are you ready to take it back to the 80s, 90s, and 2000s era? The first ever Arabic throwback party in town featuring Shiro, which is the DJ, and more, Saturday, August 23rd. So then everybody in the group will get this, and then we can decide if we want to go or not. But then like there's like birthday shout outs and just news sharing, and it's mostly for events, but if you want to go talk about other things, there's the side groups. Like there's the girls group, the guys group, the whatever group, and then people just sit there and chat all day.
Hold on. There's a group within the group.
That's what I'm saying. So like just alone, there's Habibi Hubs Florida. Then it breaks down into smaller chats. So you could see the Florida chat, which is everyone in Florida, but then you can go into the Tampa chat. You can go into the North Florida chat. You can go into the Miami chat and so on. And then there's like
It's in WhatsApp.
that's all in WhatsApp. Yeah.
WhatsApp has that capacity. I didn't know like you can do like sub chats within chats. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, literally, look here. Like I could even show you. So you see how it's like Habibi Hubs on the top says North Florida, and then you see Tampa, and then all the other.
So you join like Tampa, or you can join. So when you said like there's a group, like a girl one, like within the Tampa one, you can go in Tampa, and then within Tampa there's like girls of Tampa or something like that.
No, with this, it'll just be like Florida girls. So we'll be all over Florida. And then within that chat, we might be like, hey, girlies, like who wants to hang out in Orlando or who wants to hang out in Miami? But if I don't really like use the chats because when you start to find your community within the community, now you guys create a chat that is not
Just that
public to
group.
everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you make your own plans with that group, but you basically find your people. And then when I want to see the wider community, I still go to the events because it's people that are my acquaintances or meeting new people. And it was honestly a godsend at a time when depression was really bad because of
Uh-huh.
the news and moving, and it really helped me not only like find community when I needed it, but you knew I was gonna run away from Florida because I just couldn't assimilate, I couldn't acclimate. I just was like, I shouldn't have left New York. And then I don't know, I just met a group of people that made me see the better sides of Tampa and that it
It was
was.
that one event I remember that you went to. Then you called me on Monday. You're like, "Is it me?" Do you remember that? You were
I
like,
do. I
I do
remember
this
the
every
weekend.
time right before I leave. Then I go and like I want to do all those activities and whatnot. And then when you went and joined that, and then you're like, maybe I do like Tampa. Like, what's going on?
And I love Tampa actually now. Like just how I went to the pool before coming here. Like I went to the pool twice today actually. I went in the morning and did laps and then I went right now for an hour before here. And it's like that's not something I could have pulled off in Jersey,
Uh,
most of the year round. So yeah, I remember that one weekend and it was just like we did Depka and we went to the beach and then we went to dinner and we had like karaoke, then we did like a pool party. Like it was just all in one weekend and I was like, this is a normal weekend in Florida? Like what the hell? So yeah, and then we talked and once I talked to you and got advice from you, that grounded my decision to stay. But you're right, that is something I do every time I'm about to like leave a place. I say yes to everything. And I remember right before I left Jersey, I was booking so many shows and doing so many cool things. And I was like, now I'm gonna leave. Like the opportunity is like raining on me. But it's like, no,
Everything is lining up.
yeah, but it's really just that I put myself out there. And so I was the change. And I think that was a great lesson.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What made
So
you?
I need to find me within that Arab social. Arab queers, they need to create a group, but they need to come out first. So
I
first, I
love
need them all to. I need to be added into the group and tell them, okay, all the queers that are in the closet, I need you guys to fucking come out already. so that we can create our own chat and then we can start actually relating to each other.
I actually want to say that Arab Socials does have a queer chat, but I cannot find it right now. But if I find it, I will let you know. But if not, and or you could start a queer chat if you want to. Like, why wouldn't you just start one?
Maybe I should. I'll be the only one in there probably.
Well, I mean, we have you, we have certain family members. I'll be queer. I don't care. Like, I'll just be like, I'm in there. I'll be one of your numbers.
We'll call it queers and allies.
There you go. Can
And
I
then
say I'll
once we
be
have
queer?
enough
Is that
queers, yeah, because once we have enough queers, we kick out the allies. Because like, okay, now we have a group. We don't need you anymore. But
Yeah, I'm not going
as a
nowhere.
start,
Sorry. No.
no,
But
actually,
yeah.
that's a good idea. Maybe I will. You know what? Maybe sometimes I wonder if I just need to grow a pair and like be like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, this is who I am. Like, I'm joining this group, and then if I have to deal with homophobia, I mean, I've dealt with it before, so it's not the end of the world. And I mean, we live in the US too, so I think it probably will be like behind the scenes. Like, I don't think people are just gonna come in like in your face and say something. At least that's just what I think.
Wait, I'm confused. Are you saying the homophobe, like, should you just join the general Arab chat and then if
Well,
people
that's why you
have,
have to start, right? And then you, like you said, you create a subgroup from that or something like that, right?
well, I guess, yeah, the admins could create one for you. I was saying, like, you could be the admin and start your own thing or whatever, but I do think it makes more sense to connect with the current admins that are there and say, can y'all add a chat for this? And then if they're not receptive to it, that's a big problem in my book.
Mm.
So we should, I will find out and get back to you about what races
Okay.
there are in both chats, both, Arab Socials and Habibi Hub. And then I will see about talking to them and saying, what is the interest in this? Can you start this? And if they say no because they don't have the capacity, that's one thing. But if they say no because we don't, fuck the gays, that's, then there's a chat that I have to be leaving. So it'll be a good test.
Okay. Just curious. It started from like talking to a friend about that, and they're like, "How do you like?" It's so hard to make friends as an adult, and I was like, and I was giving you as an example. I was like, "Well, how did Emma do it? Because like she moved here, she had like no friends. I mean, you only had your sister here, right? And then,
And you?
and I remember like, okay, Arab, so well, we met here, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, you didn't like really have any like friends,
No.
established, and then that's really hard. Do
Yeah.
you feel a difference having like making those like do you feel different in the real and maybe you don't want to talk about it in public so we can cut it, but
No, I
do you
don't
feel
care.
different in connection between friends made after a certain age versus like friends made at a younger age? You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I think we bridged on this a little bit in like episode probably 18 or something, but yeah, I think that my like A1s, like my friends from Jersey, they're the family that I chose.
Uh,
They got me through very hard times in my life and continue to do so. And they're the kind of friends that check on me even when, like, if I ignore them, if I'm not picking up, if I forget birthdays, like, they know that that's not an indication that I'm a bad friend. They know that's an indication that I might be drowning. And so they'll check on me even though I missed something of theirs. And I hope that I also reciprocate that same effort and energy. And I think that that is irreplaceable. The
uh,
friends that I made after moving have the same potential, but it's just been such a short amount of time that you need a lot more experiences to figure out who has your back and holds your heart in the same way that those people that you've known for a decade, right? Like I met
uh,
you and you already are here, like compared to people that I've known my whole life. Like I call you first.
uh.
So timing doesn't make that big of a difference. But anyway, yeah. So it's less
No,
likely to
that's a
find the
good
same
point. I
caliber of friendship.
didn't think about you, but to be honest, I feel like our friendship moved really fast, if not faster. Like I have told you things that I haven't told my childhood friends.
Yeah. I
So
think,
I guess making friends at an older age doesn't really, I guess it doesn't matter. That's the proof of it. It's just like if you meet the right person, I mean, I am closer to you than even like my childhood friends. I
and I
feel
feel that
safer around you, to be honest with you, than even them. And not that they don't, it's just I was a different person back then, and I met you with a different perspective of life, who I am. Like we were talking about my relationship with my husband. You remember yesterday, and we said, "You're like, wait, I'm glad I didn't meet you back when we were like da 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 da." So yeah, I mean, it's just we met each other at a totally different place in our life. So I think it was healthier time for us now than when I was around my childhood friends.
A
I was a
thousand.
different person.
Me too. In some ways, I was a different person. But also, I think the other thing that's beautiful about meeting friends, even at later in life, is like we're doing a podcast together. And that's a dream I had for, 5 years before I met you. So you start to align with people. It's easier to align because you know what your red flags are, you know what you don't wanna tolerate, like, you understand your life, there's less weeding out to do, it's very easy, and so, not only did we match and, like, if we stopped doing this podcast tomorrow, we'd still have the best friendship around,
Uh-huh.
but it's really cool to not only have a friend that I feel safe with and that I could talk to, but I could, like, build a business with, build a partnership with, so for people who are struggling in their teens to make new friends, put yourself out there because the response could be so beautiful.
That's true. That's true. And even within like the Arab group, for example, that you met, it's still personalities. Like you can't just stereotype a whole group of people. Same thing with the gays. Like most people just assume the gays are nice. Like no, a lot of them are fucking racist as fuck. Like no Asian, no blacks, no only mask for mask, which is masculine for masculine. Like there's a lot of subcategories within the categories, and some of them are just horrible people. Like they're just not good people. So it doesn't matter. It's not like one stereotype. Like I don't want to be around the Arabs because they're all one place, or that's
Do
something
you
I'm
see
dealing
that
with.
thing about Grinder that said so in the Grinder app, they allow you to say like no blacks, no Arabs, no whatever, but for a brief time they were blocking you from saying no Zionists. Because the creator is Israeli or something. And so then at the end of the video, the person was like, they've now allowed that feature. But like literally, like you were allowed to say no anything you wanted, but you cannot say no Zionists.
But is it a feature or is it a description that you type? I guess if you type it, you can be reported or something like that.
Yeah, if you type it, it says like we don't allow hate, blah blah blah.
So no Zionist is hey, but no black, no Asian, that's not hey. Okay, sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Noted.
yeah. But back to your point, yes, like you still have to find your flavor of people under the category of people.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I bet you probably have those experiences too when you join the Arab social. Like there's probably a group of people or people within it like, I don't know about you. Maybe we're never gonna hang out again, but then you made a group of friends too, so that makes sense.
What I'm most joyful about in the group that I've met in Tampa specifically is they are I cannot say that the Arabs here are have the same problems as the Arabs in the like Northeast, like the same attitude or the same issues that I have with them that I'm not gonna put out right now. But what I will say is like the Tampa group is like so open, so fun. They just want to go out and have a good time. And so if there's people that I'm like, you're not my cup of tea, at least it's like, oh, I don't think I can have a fun time with you. But it's not, you're the kind of Arab that's judgy or that I don't, that I don't feel safe with or what like I have felt like this group is like, oh, if I had this group of people my whole life, I don't think I ever would have gone away from Arab. I would
Oh,
stayed put. Yeah, it's a really fun community and like we party and then we also, like I said, have the religious parts that we want and all different religions, right, under being Arab. But like it feels a lot more community based. Are there bad actors? I'm sure, but like I haven't seen a lot of beef from bad actors. So
is the Tampa group, have you found them? And if it's a lot, tell me like this is non-answerable on the question. Did you find diversity like religion within the group?
yeah, there's Druze, Muslims, Christians. Those are the three like religions that I have come
And they're
across.
within that same group that are hanging out together?
Yeah, even with my friend group. Like my friend group that I made from there, like we'll go out to dinner and it'll be exactly the three religions that I just named will all be there together at
That's
dinner.
amazing.
Yeah. And I didn't even know like really understand Jews at all. And like I remember one day it was like it was a couple, they were like married, beautiful couple. And so I was like, so tell me more and then they were like and they just explained and it was interesting because I didn't know shit about them, but like if we were in public, people would have thought everybody at that table was one homogenous group, and we're
Right.
not. And we come from
Yeah.
Egypt, Morocco, Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, like across countries, culture, religion. It's amazing at one freaking table.
Is there white couples in there too? Like
Actually, we have,
like couples who are married to
yes.
non-Arabs? Okay.
Yes, yes. There's one interracial couple, like even in, like I said, in my friend group, and the spouse that is white actually joins along and everything, is in the book club that I'm talking about for Arabs. Like they are amazing and they do a good job, that couple, of sharing culture with each other. And I really
Ah.
like, they're getting married soon, and I'm like so excited for their wedding to see like what they do with the different cultures. But yeah, the interracial is there. And then some people are not, just like there are some Arab that are that are actually half white. Like they're the product of
Mm,
an interracial couple. So we have a lot of that there.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
exciting.
It is.
I'm a
Like
little
you
jealous,
move
I'm
me with
not
so
gonna
much
lie,
energy.
but it is
Yeah.
exciting.
I want you guys to come through and like actually come to, like I'll figure out which event, like maybe even that 80s, 90s party might be a fun one for
That would
you.
be a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah, and your friend that you were talking about did reach out to me, and I have to message them back like with the information for all the links and stuff. So I'm
Okay,
excited.
good. We're talking about the same friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're talking about the same
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. What else is going on? I have a bunch of stuff that is out there that I have, but is there anything
Awesome.
that you want to talk
I have
about?
nothing in my mind. Like I was just gonna come here and be like, oh, if you don't have anything, let's go play one of those like smash or pass games and like pass the time together. So if you have stuff that you want to talk about, let's do it.
So I saw this video about if someone gave you a book and then you started to read that book, have you seen that before? Okay. If someone gave you a book and as you're starting to read the book, you started to realize that it's actually your life, would you want to finish the book and see what the end is, or would you stop reading it?
What do you think I will say?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I could see you do both. What would you do?
I would read the book.
You would.
Yeah, I could see me doing both too, to be honest, but I would read the book. And the reason I would read the book is because I don't give a fuck how the book ends. I still feel powerful to change my path or to like create a different
That's
ending.
changing your path. This is your path.
Yeah, but
You
even
reading it is not gonna change the path.
okay. In Islam,
You know that you're just gonna live it.
in Islam, they say this is one of the pivotal questions is if everything is written, if God already knows every decision you're going to make and where you're going to end up, why does he make you live the life anyway? And it's one of the most like annoying questions in the religion because it's true. Like why am I suffering? What are we doing this for? But the teachings that I have seen have said even if Allah has written your path. There are days where he might have left it blank and said whatever they wish, right? So you actually don't know what's in that plan. In your book example, it's clearly written. The second thing is they say you actually have ability to change what God himself has written through your free will. So if you decide to act a certain way, or if you decide to do a certain amount of charity, if you decide to whatever, you actually do have power to shift some of what was written. So it's not final. So given my current understanding, and if it's wrong, okay, I'm sorry, someone fix it. But given my current understanding of my religious practice, if I somehow saw like God's book for me, I would still know that, hey, well, my belief system says I can still change it. So if I don't like it, I'm still going to be stubborn as fuck and say I can change it.
That is such a better way to look at it. Because I was thinking about that question from either or perspective. That's it. Let's say it's a miserable ending, and then you're just like now living your life knowing it's heading there. Or if it's a great ending, you're gonna keep living your life like going there, either or, regardless. So for me, because of the fear of the miserable ending, I would have rather to just not read it and I'm just gonna live my life because hope is everything. Like
Mm.
if we see everything that is happening in the world right now, if there is no hope, then why wake up in the morning and think that you might be able to change something? Like we live on the hope that something is going to change, or I'm going to be able to change something or do something about it. So if I know what the ending is, might as well not live because what the fuck?
But even in that example, so if you say might as well not live, does that mean suicide? Does that mean end your life? Because then just that action takes away how the book ended. Like you changed the book's ending.
That is so good. Yeah, I don't know.
They say that even with like, I'm gonna jump off this like 30-foot cliff into water and I'm not, if I'm meant to die today, it's already written, so I'll die. And if I'm gonna live, I'm gonna live. And I'm like, but you might also jump off, cripple yourself, and then live the rest of your days like in a different condition than you started. And
Mhm.
so it's the same mindset. Like, yeah, okay, if you know this book says it's going to end miserably, then what? You sacrifice the rest of your days to misery until you get to that point that so seems so out of your control. I will fight fate. Like, but that's just who I am. Like, that's my energy. Like, nah, 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 fuck that. It says I'm gonna die a slow, painful death. I don't know, by a Zionist hands. Like, I'm gonna go straight to martial arts classes tomorrow. I'm gonna learn all the chemistry I need to know. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna just, and then by that way, all the Greek tragedies, it ends up being a self-fulfilling prophecy when you try to fight the future that the fates gave you. So there's so many different angles we could look at this, but I would read it because I want to know. That's the bottom line. I'm curious. I want to know.
I would not read it because I don't want to know.
I would absolutely read your book.
Oh my God. You're like, you're not reading it, I'm reading it for you. Oh my
Yeah.
God. No, I don't think I would want to read it, but
But did the
okay.
video that you saw it in have any kind of like higher point to it, or was it just like a prompt to
It was
ask?
just a prompt. I actually read a book. It's called The Midnight Library, which I highly recommend. One of the best books that I've ever read. Maybe add it to your list.
Yes.
But to give you a little snippet of what it is, it's basically this girl that goes into a library and then she picks a book and basically she starts reading the book and like it's like as she's reading the book she goes into this is her life and then she start living that life and then by the end of it she sees like how it ends like if she chose that partner she didn't break up with that person and then the next night she goes to the library and like now picks a different book and then you see a different path of your life and like now you're seeing it like if I made this different decision, what would my life look like? And every day she would have a different path. And there's a bigger meaning for it at the end after seeing all the scenarios, because you're always like, if I only this, if my mom didn't die, if that boyfriend didn't break up with me, my life would have been this, and that. And then I'll leave it for you to read. But it's one of those like really intriguing books for me because it's like, what are all the scenarios that you could happen? And then eventually there's a big message. So
I love that. Okay, I'm gonna put it on my wish list. The Midnight Library.
Midnight Library.
Okay. Yes, I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna read that as soon as I finish The Beauty of Your Face. I can't believe I'm back to being a reader. That feels so good. I can't believe I spent so many years not doing this.
Do you like fictional usually more than
I love fiction, but I had spent so many years since 2020. Like after my dad died, Elliot Hermo in 2020, I think I was so focused on getting out of depression, figuring out justice, like self-help books and just improving my life that I just only read things that needed to give me information and I just completely forgot about like growing up and like these types of books, fiction books being the thing that got me through a really tough childhood, you know?
mm,
Like it was
yeah,
so fun to escape. And now we just use television, I guess, for the same thing, but there's nothing like creating the images in your own mind.
yeah. I know
What
one of my friends. Um I'm not a reader. I think I was too busy surviving in Lebanon that like I was not encouraged to reading or whatnot. But when I moved here, I started to like the podcasting phase started to become more popular and I started to like listen to whatever we're listening to. And that's how I got into like Audible or like, audio books. And Midnight Library was one of those, like I just listened to it. So it's like on my drive, like on my way to work, I would just put it on and just like listen to the book. So one of the books that got me through COVID is actually Harry Potter because I never read the books. I've always like watched the movies, and COVID time, that's all I did. It just every day on my walk, I bought all the Audible books and I put it on and it just like pushed through. It took me like a year and a half, I guess, to finish it all, but I enjoy fantasy. Like I noticed that like that's one of them, and then I did the Hunger Games and like all those type of fantasy that there's like a little justice, there's a mission, there's something going on. Like I'm really interested in those type of books. And I do actually like autobiography. That's another one that I really like. Like I listened to that one that you were mentioning, Oprah, or What Happened to You?
Mhm, mhm.
And there's the Ricky Martin one. There's Justin Baldoni. He had one that was really good.
Okay.
Um, like there's a couple of like those I really like when I hear people's real vulnerable story. Like truly just put it out there and let me hear your story. I really enjoy those books.
Yeah, me too. The autobiographies that I've listened to, I wanna start listening to more, like, modern ones, but, like, I like the autobiography of Malcolm X or the Frederick Douglass, those are the ones that I've been listening to again to go back to. Like, everything has to teach me a lot, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I kinda just wanna know. Like, when you said Justin Baldoni, I'm like, yeah, I kinda just wanna know about his life. Like, that might be oh, Trevor Noah is one that I've listened to, and Will Smith that are more recent, and they were also interesting. So, yeah, if you have another one that's really good, like a story, let me know. Ooh, Viola Davis, I also listened to hers. Hers was really good.
Yeah. Okay, I want to listen to hers. And you
Did
said
you read
Trevor,
the
you
Hunger Games
mentioned,
book?
well, I've been listening to it, but I didn't read it. Yes.
Okay, okay. I just was asking because of I know you watched it this weekend, and I remember that was one of those books that like the trilogy I couldn't stop reading.
Yeah. But you've seen the movies too, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. That was always my
Yeah.
dream role. I was like, ah, man, I would fuck Katniss up. Not like fuck her up, but like I would
Yeah.
fuck that role up. But yeah,
I think that's
definitely.
the role that actually got her popular, no? I think that was like
You,
her biggest, like it was 2012 or 13 when it came out. I think that's when she just became like really popular. I don't know, she was the best cast for it. Like I could see it in her. She's this like really feminine, but at the same time, it's like I'll fuck you up. Like she has that energy.
yeah,
Um,
soft but powerful.
yeah, yeah. No, she was a great cast. All right. Another video that I actually saw too about AI.
Okay.
Um, this one is a little crazy because so that video, have you seen those AI videos that they're like we're a prompt. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah, where it
It's
looks
like
really
they
real.
were like they're saying it's a prompt so that people don't believe that it's not real because they're that realistic. But there was another one that actually it was acting like it was realistic. And it was basically shit. Like the video is like Christians going into war and like they're showing you the end of the war, killing their enemies or whatever. Like that's kind of like what the video's vibes was going about. And by the end, like she looked at the camera and she's like, and now we can fulfill our prophecy and bless our peacemakers and da 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 da. And like something about that, like to that sense. And I went to go through like the comment section. It is the scariest comment section that I've ever like dived into in my life because there's so many boomers that they believed that video and they were like cheering it on that it made me start thinking that let's say 5 years from now somebody could just fake being running for politician or like just create a fake video. Like, what do you even believe? Like, I was able to pick up that this is not real. Maybe it's our generation or whatever it is. But like her, like their generation, they're not picking it up. Like they're literally people were like really arguing in the comment about it. I was like, this is AI, the guy. Like you guys couldn't even pick up that it was AI. That is crazy as fuck. Like it could go in any way, shape, or form down the road.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. I mean, deep fakes also have been a scary thing for a long time now because even before they did like the full setting being so realistically fake. Like they would just put like I remember they did a video with Tom Cruise's face basically saying like all of these things and it straight up looked like Tom Cruise was saying it. And it's like what are the implications for world leaders for, let's say even people Zahran Mandani, right? Like we love him so much. Now there's going to be a fake video of him saying something like actually anti-Semitic and
And they're
whatever.
like, see, he said it. I'm like, how do you prove that?
Right. How do you prove you didn't do it? Like, so I'm scared for that too, because by the time it gets to the proof stage, right? Like with Amber Heard, in the domestic violence case with Johnny Depp, right? She doctored some of her abuse images. And by the time it got to court and then they looked it up, they saw how many edits were done on it. And so, like, yes, when it comes to computer systems, you can figure out how many times something was changed, hopefully forever. But by that time, the damage to Johnny Depp was already done, right? He had lost some deals, that the public was weighing in on it, like it did what it needed to do. So I worry for exactly what you worry about, because the people are just going to take it and run, and then it becomes a monster on its own, just like the genocide. It becomes like like it doesn't matter how much you prove against propaganda or fake videos or whatever 20 months later or whatever, and we're seeing now they believe, now people are looking for the proof now. So we live in a society that doesn't really ask questions. It's dangerous, and I'm with you. That's going to be very scary
It's
to
very scary. Like in politics, I could see it. Just the day-to-day life, anything. What do you even believe? We need to have an episode where actually we need to bring that friend of mine who's a news anchor that they're shifting to social media. I really am interested in his perspective because he's like in it. Like, what is the future? Because I could like already a lot of the politicians are like no longer on like MSNBC, Fox News, or whatever. They're starting their own podcast. They're doing their own kind of like news. I saw what's his name that was taken out of MSNBC.
kicked out of MSNBC.
His Arab, forgot his name.
Hassan Mahdi Hassan.
Mahdi, yes.
Yeah.
He's like now having his own podcast that he's like joining on and whatnot. I was like, people don't need news channels. So then who is actually looking into these and what is true and what is not and what is AI and what is like anyone can just this is the scariest part for me in AI more than like what people think like taking my jobs or robotics or whatever. Like it's like knowing what's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, also, it goes back to that video you sent me of Mo Gaudat or whatever, where he said, like, when you go to chat now, the more we're using chat as our search engine, it's giving us one finite answer as like the truth. And if you don't think to prompt it and say, what might go against this? Give me an alternate view or cite your sources and only use these credible sources, you're going to get a bunch of bullshit from the internet. So as much as people want to pack in bullshit to the internet is the truth that we're going to get. And so it goes back to journalism, right? Like they taught us early on, if you want to trust a piece of news, you have to like rate it in order of like what's the site, like what's the source itself? Is it firsthand, secondhand, or third hand? And then, like there was a way to verify information. And so now I think we're going to have to redo that checklist guide like every month for the way that AI is progressing so quickly.
Yeah, and I don't know what's the regulation on it. Who's regulating it?
Actually, I think they just passed like a law that you're not allowed to regulate AI for 20 years or something like that. Like that was something that
Great. I only need 20 years for retirement. So for the next 20 years, great, great,
yeah,
great,
there was
great.
a bill that passed. I'm not sure, like we have to look this up obviously, but yeah, they were fighting a bill to not let AI not be regulated, and I don't know what happened with it.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna take a sip of water.
You take your stuff from your break. I love it.
From my break.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I have a thought that I could share with you. I was gonna make a video
Okay.
about it for social, but I can say it out loud with you now since we have a few minutes left. I was thinking about manifesting, and I think something that I've been struggling with for the last genocide years is that I hate cognitive dissonance that it takes to say, oh yeah, we can manifest it, and if you work really hard, like you'll get what you want, and like just dream it, like that video that you sent me of Doechii, like, I just was fired, and then, like, years later, she's on a stage accepting awards because she went after her dreams, and I do believe in that, like, the law of attraction and going after what you want, but I think that we continuously leave out that it depends on the environment around us, whether or not once we achieve those dreams, if we can keep them, or if we're allowed to get to those dreams in the first place. And so, like, a thought that I was having is like, for example, the mothers in Gaza who like wished for 7, 8 years to have babies with their husbands, they finally have a baby and then it's shot in the head. Or if it's not shot in the head, they don't have the formula to feed it because Israel is banning formula from coming in, right? And so I'm like, what, did they forget to manifest food for the baby? Like, no. Or does God love me more than he loves them and that's why I'm safe and they're not? No. So it was fucking with my religion and my like goal setting mentality. And so I think where I landed was just a commentary on like if you have goals for yourself, you have to understand that in tandem as you're working on those goals, you are going to have to put a little bit of effort into that justice area, into the environment around you, into your community, building people who will catch you if they push you down. For example, Melissa Barreria, I don't know her last name well, but she was cast in Scream and she made like her Hollywood career. And then because she said Free Palestine, they took the movie away from her. Examples like that. But if you build your community on the way, you fortify your chance of keeping your dreams once you've manifested them. And if we are vocal about the society that we live in that has, slavery masked as prison or, genocide marked as self-defense, and if we don't say something about that, I do think it's just in direct conflict to the idea of manifesting. And that's what I've been working. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I do agree with you that manifestation, I don't know. I don't know fully, but I could see that manifestation by itself is not just going to work. I do hear a lot of people who believe that it would just work. It's like you have to shift your mentality to only think about the positive things. And the other thing about manifestation is not just the positive thing. Like a lot of people like indirectly manifest traumas that they had in their life that they never worked through, that it doesn't go away. And indirectly, subconsciously, you're bringing that back to your life. So instead of saying, I want to find me a good husband, if you're manifesting, I don't want a red flag husband. I don't want a red flag husband. I don't want a red flag husband. You're focusing on that rather than what actually you do want. But similarly, if you had trauma in your past that you didn't work through with therapy, prayers, whatever it is, it leaks in because it doesn't allow you to manifest the positive things that you want in your life because you're still hung up on those emotions, on those baggage that you've been through. So I think there's like those two sides that play a big role in it. And I saw an interview with forgot what's her name, the one who wrote that book. We talked about her, the blonde lady. Forgot what her name is.
Mel Robbins?
Let him.
Yeah, Mel
The
Robbins.
let him. Yes. So she had an interview with the doctor. Forgot what the doctor's name is, but like it was all about manifestation, and he teaches that, and he's a actual, I think, a neuro. I don't know. He does surgery for like something with nerve system or whatever. But like he linked that like actual like biology with the actual manifestation. He explains how it works because he's been experiencing, and he was like teaching the methodology. So that was a good one, a good watch. But to your point, I do think there's a lot of other elements. Like if someone is in Gaza. And I think that's similarly for me with my biggest issue with the doubts that I have with religion, that I haven't been able to like land on a religion that made sense to me, other than Buddhism, because I think Buddhism is the only one that there's no power from outside that is going to come to like answer your prayers or change you. It's all coming from within. Like you be a good person. Like it's all like within. What you're saying is my same questions about manifestation or religion is like how is it fair for someone who is actually living like if you are in that scenario, I mean, it doesn't matter how much you pray or manifest, you're getting bombed. So how do you get out of it? It's just it's almost inevitable at this point and just like accepting, I guess, my faith or like hoping that something will change.
I saw a video the other day actually when I was talking to someone about this, and it was Imam Omar Suleiman, and the person asked him the podcaster said, "What do you think about like the amount of suffering that there is in the world when it comes to religion?" And he said, "God has given us food. God has given us enough water. God has given us everything that we need." And often when people say that, I always think about, and I might butcher this, but he was basically like, if I ask God, why is there so much suffering in the world? Why are you allowing it to happen? God can respond, same question. Like, we have all the resources we need as humans from the higher power, the universe, the earth, but we are allowing each other to suffer. What does that have to do with God?
It does have to with God because if we are believing that a God is almighty and just, I cannot fathom me being almighty and just and have all that power in the world and watch this happen.
Mm,
So it doesn't align to me that someone who's all loving, almighty, and just that is allowing this little kid in Gaza starving to death for no freaking reason. For
yeah.
me.
No, that's valid. I think that's
I can't put the two together. So you either are almighty, but you're not all just. That I could get behind. I was like, okay, maybe you're not. You created me. You created this world. Okay, maybe you're not just.
okay.
That I get. This is the different Hunger Game that I'm living in. You know what? I just gotta have to fight it through.
Yes. You know what?
But
That's
it's
something for me to
yeah,
look up then, like the further answer. Thank you for that
yeah.
answer.
Yep. This is what I get hung up on usually with that specific idea of the teaching is all of that, but then if it's all of that, I myself, like we were talking last time, if like God is gonna send me to hell because I question religion, that's not a God I want to follow. Like you created me, I put in my you put the capacity in my brain to question it. And now that I'm daring to question it, then I'm a horrible person and you go to hell.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
makes no
Mhm.
sense. Like it sounds like a psychopath for me. Like, what are you playing with my brain?
I hear you.
Like that. That's why I don't mean it as like a God as a psychopath. I just think that explanation of it does not align in my brain because I do believe that there is a bigger power, which is God, power, energy, whatever you want to call it. It's just still not aligning in my head with teachings that I'm seeing within religions that are around.
No, that's
I'm
valid.
seeing it. It's a little. It's maybe bigger that we still haven't figured out. We might never do.
No, we
So
will. I firmly believe
you
if
will.
I have to go do the research, I'm gonna find the answers. So I will go find more answers about that to give to you. But I think everything you said is valid and I don't have an answer for it. But something that I wanted to add on to is yes, the placebo effect you're talking about, or like how we can talk to our bodies, that neuro um connection. There was like a study that I just saw that said something like they told these hospital workers that, just the way that you walk around all day, like you're actually getting a lot of exercise, and that's going to be good for your blood pressure, your whatever. And so the team that was told that versus the team that wasn't told that, no other changes were made. Their pressure, cholesterol, everything went down just because someone told them your job is actually doing this to your body. And similarly, like with the cake, they were telling these people, oh, this cake is really highly caloric and is going to be really filling. And then, so for the people that like ate the cake that were told it's really filling, they got full off like one bite and then like also had a different caloric response in their body versus the people that were not told that. And they, like, I forgot what the science was, but basically, yes, there is a huge connection to believing it and what it does to your body and then how that impacts your world. And what I'm grappling with is what are we going to do about the world part of
Yep.
it?
Yep. And I know we're almost on time, 1 minute left. To that, I do believe one of Jesus's preachings in the Bible, they were asking him about faith, and he said, if you have faith as much as the grain of mustard, that small, you can tell that mountain to move from here to there and it will move. So a part of me took that my whole life, not as in faith in God. I think as humans, we have more powers that we haven't unlocked yet and maybe manifestation as a part of it, but you just have to believe that you have that in you, and then changes will start happening in your life. I don't know if it's the level like I'm moving mountains. Obviously, I'm laughing because I don't believe it, but maybe if I do believe it, I can move mountains. Obviously, I don't even believe it smaller than even that grain of mustard. So
I believe you can move a mountain.
you don't.
I do. I think you'll need some tools. I don't think you could do it with your mind, but I think you
But
can put your.
see, maybe we can with our mind. That's what I'm saying. We just don't believe it. But let's wrap it up here.
Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
This sucks for everybody. Okay, love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed this conversation, please consider leaving a comment and a review. It helps us improve and reach more people.
We're all just trying to figure it out one conversation at a time. So go easy on yourself, trust the process, and remember, it's okay, Habibi.